The men's 200-meter dash for the Doha Diamond League is over, and considering that Letsile Tebogo was on the starting line, it ended exactly the way I expected it to. He simply went out there in his signature event and won the race. I shouldn't have to explain to you that the 200 is his signature event, because in the Paris Olympic Games, he won it, and he ran 19.4 seconds to do it, which makes him one of the fastest to ever run that event. Simply put, in this Doha Diamond League, if you were watching the race, the gun goes off and he runs the turn, and when he comes out, Lindsay of America was right there. And even though he wasn't at the Paris Games individually in the 200, all you gotta know is that last year, early in the season, those same two men faced off in what I believe was a Continental Tour event. And Lindsay, I'm pretty sure, got the victory. Again, they're on the home straight of a 200, racing to the line, and although it was close, Lindsay came out on top. That was then, and this is now. Because Letsile doesn't just walk him down. He does it, making it look so easy, where he does his signature look to the side and smirks a little bit to be like, hey, you really thought you were going to win this one. And when I saw Letsile handle a race like this, because it's not just about the time anymore. I mean, he didn't even break the 20-second barrier. It's specifically about the competition, because he controlled the race, essentially from start to finish. And that means that if he can do this now, especially using last year as a benchmark, he is going to not just be there in the World Championship final, but once again, the only way you're going to win a gold medal in the 200 is you're going to have to go through him, and you're likely going to have to run 19.3 something if you actually want to get the gold. Let's be real. There are a very small number of men who actually have that talent. A whole bunch of people run the 200, and there's a decent number that can break 20. But when you get under 19.5, the list of men who can actually do it in this current game is so short, I think I can rattle it off from memory. Hit me in the comment section if I missed somebody. You've got Noah Lyles, who went 19.3 low. We've already said Letsile Tebogo. Arian Knighton is on that list, even though he did it once. 19.49, like he barely broke 19.5. And after that, Kenny Bednarik is the only other one who's ever gone under 19.5. I don't think there's another name for me to come up with. Again, we're talking about sprinters who are in the game right now. Keep in mind, in the Paris Olympic final, there were two college kids in that final. They run for Zimbabwe, so you may not have noticed, and they're running in college this weekend competing at the SEC Conference Championship meet. That's where they are. Just saying, the 200-meter dash is nowhere near as fast as people want to believe it is at the top. Letsile Tebogo is in that special class, where he started off as the 100 runner when he was competing at the junior level. He won the World Junior event, he won World Juniors in the 100 multiple times. The 200 was, I guess you would say, a secondary event by that logic. But it doesn't really matter, because when you fast forward, what you realize is, quite simply, the 200 is now his event. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. He's been there at the Worlds in 2023, getting a medal in that event. Showed up to the games in 2024, and whether or not, Noah Lyles was 100%, I mean, just going off of what we saw, because I have to get out in front of this. Noah Lyles doesn't come off of a turn, and anything left in front, he's always in front. Almost every time he's run the 200 from 2021 up until now. The Paris Olympic Games, when he was running the 200, he didn't look like Noah Lyles, not even in the prelims and not in the semifinals. That said, 19.4 is still incredibly fast, and there's no guarantee that anybody, even if they were Noah Lyles 100%, was going to run that. Noah Lyles was going to need to give us basically the race of his life if he wanted to win that race. Just saying. Now that Letsile is in this form, because now we're having a deeper conversation about, I say now that he's in this form. I get it, People have their training mechanisms and training blocks and how things structure. Again, I totally understand that. But fundamentally, you go out there and run pro races, Continental Tour Gold, Diamond League, Grand Slam track no less. All of those are professional races where you get paid to show up. That means, as fans, from the outside, we kind of have to grade what we get. And this form, knowing where Letsile was last year to where he is this time now and where he's going forward, it all makes sense. But prior to the races that we saw from him, he wasn't dominating. It just is what it is. As a matter of fact, he wasn't even out in front for the most part. Granted, we were talking about 400s and 100s. And then there was the whole World Relay situation where he was expected to run. And from what I understand, was even there in China. And then ended up not running. Which means the only time we got to see him now was at this Diamond League between the last race and this one. Because the idea of why he underperformed perhaps in I think one of the last 100 that he ran was, at least some of the rhetoric, like some of the comment section and so on, was he's preparing for World Relays and it's a big event for Botswana. Well, guess what? Botswana didn't need him. At least not at the World Relays. They are much deeper in the sprints than anybody's been giving them credit for. That is why, specifically in the 4x4, they still handled business. So they're going to be there at the World Championships, and they can put him and even some of their other fast men who didn't run at the World Relays on that 4x4 if they want to. Because they went neck and neck with Team USA at the Paris Games, going incredibly fast to do it. So all bets are off. Botswana might be able to pull out that gold medal this year, which I know would be a huge deal for that nation. Letsile Tebogo is making his presence felt because when you are an Olympic champion and you're as young as him when you pull it off, anytime you show up to a race, like when you're on the starting line, all eyes have to go to you. He said before that he doesn't want to be a face of the sport, or at least there was some context behind that quote. Newsflash, you don't really get a choice in the matter. You win gold medals in the sprinting event at the Paris Games, it's a wrap. You are now one of the faces of the sport. And there's also going to be a target on your back. No matter what part of the season we're talking about, when you go out there, you're supposed to show up in front. Like, when we look at the leaderboards, I want to see your name at the top. I get it. People ain't perfect. But that's what we expect. And we expect it because he's shown that he has that talent. And now, Letsile Tebogo looks like he's not just validating it, but he's also clarifying it. Because in the sprinting events, this year and for what looks like the foreseeable future, you're not going to win anything if you cannot beat Letsile Tebogo. And we're just going to have to get used to living in that world, even if it's not a championship race yet. In the sport of track and field, race day is honestly the easy part, because all of the real work gets put in when nobody is watching. When you wear every day is training day gear, you can let the whole world know that your success in competition is not an accident. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below, and it always comes with free shipping. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.